It is morning, March 11, 2023. And I do this recording very early because before I start my day, it is early for me. It's 7:30 in the morning, and it's early to start my recording. But it happened, something I wanted to talk about and to clean up. And I will see what the spirits that is with me, what they are saying about these things. I hope to get help from them to could answer questions. That is a question you have, because you never write me. But I take up this because it's very hard subject. The topic is very bad, very hard to get answer from it, and I need help from the spirits, and they start to touch me now. So someone is here at least that is close to me and touch me. So maybe this spirit can answer us. Because I opened up a portal of evil yesterday. But it touched me very much now. The spirit, it's a good spirit. I open up a portal, and that you do sometimes, and sometimes you don't know it, and sometimes you are curious about that portal, and because it's about your situation, and it was not night, because I asked the spirits that it should not be something in the night that disturbed my sleep, and it wasn't. It was when it started to be a light outside, and when the darkness break away, when it started. But yesterday I think it's called Cura, and there was about narcissism, these mental issues, about those very, very evil people, and that is the spirit of the devil in them, and there is no light in them. And my son, he make babies, 2 babies, with this evil spirit, and he is mental sick also, my son, but not so very evil. He's like sneaky. He steal and do he do many things hidden. But this evil spirit, the second, she is open with what she is doing, but she don't say that she is evil, but she working for the devil, and she is very beautiful young woman, and she is about 15 years younger than my son, so I understand him. I understand him that he be into have sex with her. They have never been married, but they have lived together for a little while, and I have talked about this for a long time ago, almost in the beginning of the podcast, and now I need to bring it up again because of what happened. And she's a young, beautiful young woman, and he was on his way to start to be old. I'm sorry to say that. He was 37 and she was 20. And so they got, first when they lived together, they got their daughter. But then it didn't work with two demons, the devils in them. So she left him. But she was pregnant when she left. She didn't know that because in her evil, angry thinking, she didn't pay attention to her body, and she got a son. And my son and I was not, we were not allowed to come to the baptize of the girl and the boy, and I was not sad about that, but I thought it was very strange and sad for the kids that she never asked names on those names that I have. Anna is a name that should be in the family, and she the name she gave the girl was Michaela, and that's good because that's Michael. So in that way was it a little good that she get her daughter in that name. And also the boy's name was Lucas, and that also a Bible name, so that was good. But that is the way the devil is working. He is among those people that have God in their heart and try to steal, and in a way of give the name of her two children biblic names, was a way to steal a part of Christian, those that believe in God for real, this. And I asked my son, where did she got those names from? And I asked, do they have family names that was those names that the kids got? They got at least two names each, and my son said no, no one have these names in their family. It's something she pick up from friends telling her. He didn't know where the names come from, and I think it's come from the stealing of the devil. And the spirit here now, he said that those names. You must pay attention to even the names they be given and the names they have, because in this case that was stealing from the Bible, that it's some way the devil want to make a biblical name of evil spirits, and they don't, the kids didn't seems to look like that, seems to be like that, because my son got the custody of the two kids because the mother was so evil. So they know that she could kill her kids to get attention. That is the worst form of narcissism, that they can kill people to. There is in the hospital, the kids are laying in the hospital, and the mother or the father give them poison, and the doctor and nurses, they don't see it because they pretend to be angels of light, and they are nice looking. My son is nice looking, but he is very fat, but he is nice looking in his face, and smooth talking if you want. And so they can come in the hospital. No one pay attention to that. They don't say this is evil people. They don't look like that. They are nice clothes, nice looking adults, and smooth talking and everything. That's the devil. He can hide into going in like a worm, a snake, and the snake is crawling there on the roof in the corner of the room, and can come in without you understand what's going on. And so yesterday it was a question, and it says, can we do revenge of a narcissism? Can we can we kill away a narcissism in our mind and talking? And and I tell you, if they are really narcissists that have the extra that they can kill to get attention, there is no light in them. So there is no opening for them to listen at you and to understand you, because their mind is already in defense. So it's like they are thinking, there is something she wants from me. She hunt me, and she want to kill me, and this defend. So they don't listen. I when the mother of my grandkids, the only grandkids I have, she said that she wrote me suddenly, and she said that I should never have those kids in my life. I was like dead for them, and I suppose they are saying that to the kids, that their grandmother is dead, and they have only one grandparent in their life, and that is their mother's father. Their grandmother of their mother's side have died in cancer, and then is the father, and they go in fight the whole time. I have never met this father, but in what my son is saying, in the time when he is okay in his brain, he's going. He have the light in him, but also the darkness in him. So sometimes he can be really okay, but then he suddenly he change and be so dark. I say not evil, but he can do things that is evil. And so his father, my son's father, is dead, and his grandparents is dead. I have nothing around me that can help me to protect the kids. So this was the portal, because I wrote about it, and in that way I don't care if I open up portal, because I need to tell people about the evil that is going on in my life. And I don't know if I have got any answers, but I'd be happy if I get questions. That's what I want you to write to me. You have got my email address. That is the devil's way to do it, that you never ask question to me so I can answer you. I don't know what, I am not mind reader if it's not something coming to the spirits in their way that you are talking to them. But you need to literally write me and ask questions, because I don't know if you have question and need to have answer to understand this is reality. This is real going on now around you also, that you have to be aware of. You have to wake up. You know, God is telling us to wake up, because very much things going on around in this world, and especially today, it have going on evil things many times. In the time I have lived, 1968 was very bad. Around that year was very bad, and it looked like today, but it's worse going on, because people have weapon and can kill instantly. And it was what it was in Jehovah's Witness house now. this, I think it was Thursday. It was killing of people in Jehovah's Witness church, and a special one killed that I am thinking about, that the baby inside the woman, she was pregnant, and the bullet hit the child. So it was not, the target was not the mother. The target was the child, because the mother, she survived. But it can also be that in that way that she is going to have grief, and she is going to be angry at God because she was in Jehovah's Witness place there, and the child be killed, the baby she had carry, and that is a subject of its own, that the devil killed the baby she had, that never come forward. But you know that we have talked about that before, that there is babies that come and go, not for that woman, but from heaven. They have children going down to earth, and it's a I have asked the Spirit now inside my mind why children are killed so in much, and where is their guardian angels? In the womb of the mother, do they have guardian angels there? And why can't they work in that way? That's my question for the Spirit, because I don't have that answer, more than it doesn't target the child. It's not target the baby in the spirit way, but it targeting the baby literally. But in the spirit way, where is the protection of the not born baby yet? Why did the evil spirits going around inside the body? And he answered me now and saying it's a poison going in with the baby, and it is the poison, the spirit poison that's going in. And I ask you, so why don't you see it and protect it? And the Spirit is saying that it's about who is the father, who is the mother. I think he come into my body now and should talk. I think that. Or I don't know if he was inside me and going out. The it's very hard to understand this. Why do the devil can take the children? And he is saying this is something you need to meditate on if you have that question inside you that listen here. And he say it's going in many generations. It's not started with a baby, that the baby is killed. It is have going on. Sometimes it have going on already from the beginning of humankind. That it what the Bible is saying, that the spirits of death, the spirits of the devil, they come down here before those babies was born here from God, and they waiting for these babies to come down from heaven and be born here on earth. And they as I say to you from the beginning about my grandkids and my son and their mother, they are beautiful people. They look very beautiful. And the kids are like angels. They look very beautiful. And my granddaughter, she was older than her brother. And the people, when we were out, my son and I, with the kids, people wanted to talk to them because they were so beautiful kids. And my granddaughter, she never answered them. She never. And I say that to her to answer this woman, answer this man when he want to talk to you. But she shake her head. She didn't want to talk to them. So she was already poisoned, and they got poisoned inside her body, both of them. In my grandson's way, how he was target inside the womb, he couldn't see. He had no sight. His eyes was closed. He was not blind, but he only see like long as his arm could stretch. And he had his ears was closed, so he had to do surgery on his ears because he couldn't hear and he couldn't see. He was born like that, and he was behind his age because not of the brain. It was about that he couldn't see and hear, so he couldn't develop. But then he opened up and he was so happy that he could see and hear. I have picture of it where he sit and pointing out things that he see and hear around him, and he was a nice little boy. He was always happy. But the last time I saw him, he was crying in secret. He hid crying because his father had been so evil to him. That morning I have been taking care of the children, and I was allowed to take care of the children. And then his father come and was so angry, and these things that he's stealing jacket from me that morning. He need to steal something from me, and the little boy was sitting in the car and crying. And not open when the father took him to the car, but when the father was doing things outside the car, I saw the little Lucas was crying, and he was okay. But today is he not? That was for 5 years ago, and now they have been killed, the kids. So for me, is it not? I felt very sorry for Lucas, that when he was a young child, when he was 2-3 years old, and then when he was 5 years old, he had the surgery and got glasses, and his big sister, she destroyed his glasses all the time, so he couldn't see, because he had to wear the glasses, say the father. But I look at their eyeglasses, and I told my son, it's he can't see in them. It's full of dirt, and it's stripes on inside the glass, so he can't see. But he ignored me, my son, so he was blinded still. And so it was his big sister that took the eyeglasses and destroyed them the whole time. And I said to my son, look at the glass. And he didn't want to see it because he knew it, but he wanted his son to not see things. When he was in that time when he was evil, have taken over in that day, and so it's he have right, this spirit that say it's not evil. There is some evil, but it's coming from outside of your family. But the evil that comes from the inside of your family, that can you damage inside your body, that you have sickness, you are weak in some things, that is an evil things that have enter in and poison you. And it can be a brother or sister that is very evil. And these things have coming from generations back. And he have right, this spirit, that's saying this. Because I know, it's one of the reasons why they say in Jerusalem, the Spirit told me to do my DNA. And yesterday, that I opened up a small portal in that way, that I come to that family in my family history, in the family tree, and it's about 700 So it's 300 years ago. The devil entered into my mother's lineage. But not so much. It doesn't need to take more than one evil person coming into the generation. And so my mother and father is related to each other, but far away, 300 years ago about. And I was working on it a little. And I don't bring it into the family tree, the picture of this royal shield that is, if you have been in Sweden, you have, and been in the churches, you have those shield hanging in the church of nobles, people and royal people. And this evil is a royal and noble family. And it is scaring to see the shield they have, because it is like a troll going on. And he have a head in his hand. He hold the head, grabbing his hand in the hair and let the head hanging down from his hand. And he's walking, and he have this thick stick that he kill people with. And inside his stomach, in his belly, there is a person that have not a head, because he had his head outside the body and walking around with it hanging down in the air. And everything is red of blood. And in the background is it light, because it's a little yellow, but the red is more than yellow in that shield. And their last name is Trolle. So it is a troll, but it spells with a E after the last letter is E. Trolle. That's the family name of these royals and nobles that was in my father's line, is it very much. And then suddenly, for 300 years ago, they met each other, those that Trolle met a beautiful girl and married, and then they got kids going down until today. And my brother, biologic brother, he is so evil a person can be. It's not that I make up it. He destroyed my childhood and I had many. I was nice looking, and it was his friends he had. They were in love with me and wanted to be together with me. But my brother told them that I was weird, that I was nothing to have. And then they never come back, those boys that was interested in me, because they were not allowed to come into my home. And that's how it's going my whole life, that they never come back. They were sitting in my home when I live with my mother, and they were sitting there and look at me and wanted to talk to me, and they talk a little with me, and my brother was not there, but they wanted to sit and talk to me. But the one party we had, that was the first time I was drinking alcoholic. My brother gave me with a Coke, vodka mixed with a Coke, a little light, and I like it because it was a Coke in it. And then he said, "Do you want more?" And then when he come, it was very strong. And this was the first time I was drinking alcohol. So I be very drunk and begin to puke. And a boy that I was in love with, and he liked me, he helped me in my embarrassing time, the situation. And he defended me in that way, that he took care of me and opened up a window and hold me out in the air, and was to my bed also and hold my hand. And when my my brother saw that what he did, he was not allowed to come back to our home and meet me again. So, and my brother, he wanted to marry me. Not to marry me, he wanted to have sex with me. And he tried and tried, but I don't know if he got it. Because sometimes I can dream about it, that I give sex to my brother. So it maybe have going on something that I have erased in my brain. I have erased very much from my childhood because it was so evil. Then my parents adopted my sister, and she was the first child in the family. And then when the brother was okay that she got, and she manipulated him, and she felt that he was evil like she was. So my parents adopted in evil spirit also. And then it's not always this sunshine story about adopted a child. It's a lottery what child you will get. And then my mother be pregnant again, and it was me. And my adopted sister hated me. From the first time she heard that I should come. And my mother tried to get abortion, but she didn't know she was pregnant before she was in the 5th month, and the doctor say he couldn't take away the baby because it was too long gone in the pregnancy. And so I will see what's going on with the spirits here. It's from the start, as he say. The spirits say it was from the humankind. They mixed up, and those giants, those big, but it's not in the literally this with the giants. It's about what's going on in the spirit, because they were many before the light come into earth. I have talk about this, how there were darkness here on earth before God was sending the light, those people, into this earth. So this planet was full of living creature, but that was only to eat or be eaten, die or be, what do you say, eat or be eaten, kill or be killed. That was only going on this planet. In the darkness, it was darkness in the deep. It means that the darkness was so much. There were no light. It was all pure darkness before God's Spirit, not God in the form of a body, God, the Spirit of God, come and was flying over this planet and make a decision to make it be a trial. And a trial to this planet. So you have to understand it was already evil, darkness in this planet. There was no light on this planet, and that's why it's coming back to the darkness, that we are going to the darkness if not we that is in the light doing something. I do my best to avoid that our planet is going to be dark. I need people with me, but that's how the devil have done my whole life. He have placed the devil inside my family, and they have destroyed everything in my life to could get a nice partner that could walk with me and try to put light again on this planet, and it's going into the darkness because so few people are awake. And I have make an end in Jerusalem, December 2022, and that is the end of the work to make light on this planet. But that means that I am not working. I'm working for each of you to make you not go into the darkness, but go to the light. And that's only thing I can do now, because it ended in Jerusalem to help the whole planet. But I can help each of you in what I am talking about. And I am waiting to remember what something I should say more, before I close this episode. And if it's coming to me, I will recording one episode more in the evening. And I tell you that why I am up early and why I am dry in my throat is because I wanted to go up and test my blood sugar as I have had this going on. I saw my son, I saw my grandkids as they were the last time I saw them for 5 years ago when they were a child. And I saw these evil things in the morning. And I was, maybe it was allowed from heaven to do that, because I went up and looked at my blood sugar. And, it was 7.2 in the morning yesterday. And I have a nice sleep the whole time. And I was thinking I would see if it's changed my blood sugar to have these evil things going on. And it was a few, I write it up, 14.2. So it was 5 more. No, it was 7 more in the blood sugar, because of the evil going on. And I had not have my blood pressure machine. I don't have one. If I get more money to measure my blood sugar, I don't want to buy a cheap one, a real one that they have at the doctor's clinic they have. And so it's about $120 like that to buy. But I don't have so much, but it should have been nice to, as soon as I wake up this morning, to measure my blood sugar. No, measure my blood pressure, because I believe that all the stress make me be sick. It's not only the pancreas, but the stress I have had in my whole life. I had high blood pressure when I was a child. Well, he checked me out, the doctor, when my mother took me to the doctor whole time, because in that way she could talk about her marriage, bad marriage with my father. She didn't want to stay married, but she did until we kids, 3 kids, told our mother to divorce our father, because he was so bad. He was drinking so much, and he was pedophile and did harm us. And when we were crying, then my mother decided to divorce our father. And I was 10 years old when they divorced. But I had a full stress, not from only my father, but also from my brother and sister, evil ones. So it's more likely that the stress is the way to kill me on, they think. But I try to avoid it. I will not be killed in that way. I be killed when God is calling me home, but is not literally killing. He will take me home, maybe, if not the planet be light, and I can be still here on Earth, and the Earth will be like heaven here. And I don't know, because the spirits from heaven is in my home. But it's like they are locked into this home because it's so evil outside, and they I know it's have coming one more wave of angels from heaven, so they may be gathering more and more here to go out. I am like a forerunner for heaven, but I'm very bad. For me, am I very bad to be a forerunner for heaven, because I'm a woman, and that make it so extremely hard to reach out. If I had been a man, it had been easier, because the world accepts men, but the world doesn't accept women. So I think it was this about to measure this stress they try to put on me. I think it was the measure of blood sugar and blood pressure to see what's going on. So thank you for listening, and God bless you. And now I'm going to have breakfast and open up the television and see what's have happened out in the world. Only once a day in the morning and once a day in the evening I watch news, so I know what the world is into. Thank you.